there was always a basket in our backyard, and so there were always discs hanging up in the garage. There was always some kind of disc golf influence or frisbee influence. The first course that I ever played on was Morley Field down in San Diego. I'm from California, more specifically San Diego County, California. A lot of people ask where I'm from, and I tell them San Diego, and a lot of times the response I get is, "Oh, San Diego, that's so nice. The weather out there is so nice. Oh man, you must love it." And I can't help but react by saying that, yeah, you're right, it is really nice. And that's sarcastically, I'll tell them, yeah, that's why I'm only there 3 months out of the year. For some reason, who knows? I know it's because I'm doing what I love, whatever. So I'm on the road about 9 months out of the year. Sometimes it can be tough. Sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's easy. Yeah, one of the biggest things for me, the biggest keys to success for me out here on the road, playing a different tournament each week in a different environment each week, is having a strong game plan. The only way I can do that is to come out here and practice. And what I like to tell people is, I mean, this is my job. I don't do anything else for work. On my tax forms last year, I literally put disc golfer. And it's funny to think that we do, like, a huge chunk of our time is practice, but then this little chunk is the part that's the most important. It's pretty, if I had to really break down the time spent 24 hours a day throughout the whole week, the time where I make my money to keep going is very small compared to everything else.
I know we're gonna fit all this.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Good Lord. It all started with me and my dad, and it was back in 2007. Before that. Oh wow! How are we gonna make this trip? Jeez.
Yeah, no, we're good.
No. Could I get some more coffee?
Yep, you're okay.
Thanks. He had kind of like mentioned Waffle House to me before and said like, oh, it's you know, it's just really good food, and they have pictures of the food on the menu, and you never know what kind of people are going to be in there. Usually he's like warning me about the people that work there. And so yeah, we went to one in Kansas City in 2007, and it was like exactly what he had described, and food was simple, but it was really tasty, and the people working there were all like kind of joking around, messing with each other, and I was hooked since then. But unfortunately, we live in San Diego, where there's no Waffle House, so it's kind of like that feeling kind of grew, but it was like that thing where it's like something that you can't have, and so it's just kind of made me want it more and more and more. And so now that I get to travel around, and they're all over the place, usually where we're at, it's really accessible and really easy, and so I've gotten addicted in that regard. So I don't know, what I tell people is everything's the same on the outside and on the inside too. You walk into one and they're all built the same, The menus are all the same. Nothing changes on the menu. The food comes out and it's all pretty much the same. But it's the people that work there that make the experience unique to each different Waffle House that you go to. There's nothing fake about Waffle House at all. The food's all real, and that's maybe up for debate. I don't know. It's more than just a Waffle House. It's a Waffle Home.
No, don't leave!
Throwing it back. Oh, I've got mine is a few songs off the College Dropout by Kanye West. I can't even remember what it's called. I think it's called Never Let You Down. It's funny how like a lot of hip hop music, I don't know, like for some reason the journey that a lot of artists have is similar to the journey that we have as golfers. Jay-Z says something like,
Got 99 problems.
No.
Okay.
He says I'm home on these charts. Y'all are just visiting. And when your feet are cold, mine are sizzling. So it's like stuff like that that really hits me hard. That's like, okay, I've been here for a while, and I have the determination that even when things might look bleak, and I might get cold feet and want to leave the game, that's not the case at all. That's just going to fire me up even more. So stuff like that kind of.
I thought you were going to keep rhyming. I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Spit a verse. We're out here in Kentucky playing Idlewild this weekend, and the biggest thing about this course is that it's really wooded. It's very demanding to throw straight shots, and it's almost demanding to throw shots that go straight and finish to the right, which is a difficult thing for me because I don't throw sidearms at all. So it's a different challenge to try to throw something that finishes to the right. This is my 6th year as a pro, traveling around, playing all these tournaments that are far away from my home. It can be difficult. I miss my parents and I miss my sister a lot. It's easy to stay in contact with them, but it's still not the same as seeing them just about every day. They've made it very easy for me to make this decision to go after this crazy dream where I'm not making a whole lot of money. There's tougher things. My last year when I went home for about a week and a half, my mom sat me down when I got back home, and she said, AJ, I found a lump, and I've got a cancer. It's nothing too serious, and she told me that she caught it really early, and she was really lucky that she caught it really early. But at the same time, it's hard news to hear when I know that I can't really be there for her as much as I would want to. So that has definitely made things a lot harder. It's tough. I've thought about it a lot, and it's sometimes I kind of beat myself up because it feels like a selfish decision to be out here on the road living this life that really is just benefiting me for the most part. And so, that there's decisions that I made that are kind of sometimes difficult to live with, but as supportive as she's been for me, she's been amazingly strong, and she's made that decision for me to stay out here an easy one too.
Oh, what you didn't get it. Yeah, finish it off. Finish it off.
Right there. I didn't notice it. I'm supposed to.
Oh! Hi. Didn't see you there. Well, we're here in out in here in Kentucky, a little south of Cincinnati. We just finished up the Idlewild Open, and I'm heading out of town onto the next one. So the wrap it up. Yeah, I've got my things. Buffalo Exchange. Here she is.
Does she have a name?
No, I can't.
You can't come up with a name? You've had her for a while.
No, yeah,
now.
I've had it
Is it a she?
more than 2 years. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Blooper reel. 10 minutes later. This is definitely like the post-tournament. Like, I'm not trying to clean out my car. You have the after my round.
Just like the Jungle Book, you got the bare necessities.
Bareness.
That's pretty much it.
But I do sometimes sleep in here.
Manage that.
I'll show you real quick if you want. So, front seat. But you see the cooler back here is in the way. So when I do try to lean back, I can like lean back most of the way. Actually, it's pretty good right now, but usually I'll have to lose the headrest. And now I can get all the way back. Oh man. Okay, good night.
So you usually sleep whenever like you're on longer drives and stuff?
Yeah, that's
like a couple hours.
That's kind of like the last resort. I mean, there's those long drives where I try to find a place to camp.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work out, if I can't find a good enough spot, or if I run out of daylight to set up my tent and all that, then yeah, I'll just do a couple hours, find a rest stop, and just do that.
Nice.
As you can tell by the tone of my voice, I did not win the tournament. And I really just didn't have not even a good weekend. It was rough. It was I had a really bad first round. I let a few holes just slip away from me, and then some. Took a few big numbers, and I think I did that the second round too. And the third round I kind of kept it in check a little bit more. Just some very big lapses of concentration and focus and kind of effort a little bit. Honestly, if I'm being critical of myself, the course was it's very difficult, and it's very, very difficult, very demanding. Every player has to be just on their game, and I just wasn't. And this is my first tournament of the year that I did not cash at. It's all part of the tour life. Legislative
good.
It's gonna be good. Okay.
Be safe, my friend.
Bye.
Love you, brother.
It was rough, but you know, we get to play another tournament next week if we want to.